Hi Aries, how you guys doing this weekend? I hope you guys have a beautiful week. Let's see what's going on for you guys for the first half of March. Okay, come on, love. Aries. Okay, the number 12. The number 11, the number 11 really, the number 2, the number 9. Very significant. Okay, let's see what's going on. It's a lot of love here. Oh, wow. And I feel like this happened last time too, for some, and maybe I could have had the wrong reading. There's definitely going to be some delays, lack of happiness, greed, materialistic. I feel like there's a lot of, you're definitely dealing with a water sign, Pisces, what's that, Cancer, and Scorpio. I also feel like it's a lot of air here, fire, a lot of air for sure. I have some earth here too. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. You have also Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus here. But with the Ace of Cups, I do feel like you are ready for love. You're ready for just new feelings, just new romance. Excuse me, Aries. And I do feel like maybe you've accepted something that just wasn't working out for you. Maybe you felt like there was just like the person wasn't giving you what you needed. And I feel like a lot of the times that's a lot what's going on with a lot of readings that I've done recently, is that the other person isn't giving. But sometimes what we have to do is we have to look at, what are we doing? You know, are we really actually like giving a lot? Because I be feeling like, and I don't mean to go off course, Aries, but I do feel like sometimes when we want something, we really are not really asking for a lot, but it should just be done. Like, I feel like if you're really in a relationship, and I understand some relationships are different, however, the respect, the calling, the texting, just not necessarily having a delay. I get everybody is busy, but I feel like with this one, there's a lot of just like lack of communication. There's lack of talk. It looks like there's just a lot of insecurity. There's a lot of it just means like meaningless. It's just careless. It's a lack of commitment. There's just a lack of purpose. There's just a lack of laziness. And I feel like this could be someone that, it could be a person. And I feel, let me say this with, there's two. So the ones that are just kind of single, let's do the first part of it. Let's break it down. So I feel like what I said before is true if you were dealing with someone, but that's if you are dealing with someone. Let me go to the singles, because I truly feel like there could have been someone that maybe you were interested in, and then, or maybe you're trying to get out there, honestly. And this is for the single Aries. So you've been trying to get out there. You've been ready to find new romance. You have these new feelings. You're ready to be loved. You're ready to have someone. But I feel like you're wanting someone to come to you, and it's like, hold on. Like, you got to put in the work a little bit more. Like, just sending someone a text message, or just, you know, isolating yourself and being withdrawn and really being with your lonesome is not gonna, you're not gonna find somebody like that. You got to get out. You got to get out of your comfort zone. And I really feel like you feel like with that, just because you don't have somebody right now, or maybe no one's interested in you at this time, that you feel like there's a lack of like purpose, like, you know, to really kind of like go out and do that. But I feel like at the end of the day, this is kind of what you want, you know, and you feel like, well, hey, it is what it is, you know. But I just feel like you're not taking the accountability with the justice card. You're not taking the accountability that you need to be taking to get yourself out there, because, and maybe it's some insecurities that you got to work on, you know, as far as maybe the way that you look, maybe the way that you present yourself, maybe it's the way that you communicate, maybe those are things that you truly need to work on too. Because I feel like what you're used to having is something that you're very familiar with, you know, and it doesn't work out for you. And people start to manipulate you because you're so used to doing what you're so used to having the familiarity, you know. And I feel like that's just not something that is good to have all the time. Like, you need something different. And I feel like when you go down the same road of the same things that you do, you get the same type of responses and you get the same type of actions, and it just doesn't change, like, because you're doing the same thing. So how can you expect something different from doing the same thing in the beginning? So you're not going to get anything different unless you do something different. Now, for the ones that, now, I hope you got that message. Stop being lazy and get your ass out there and do what you need to do, Aries. If you're trying to find love, love is not going to be on your couch. And I say, hey, if you want to do the internet thing, do the internet thing, get on the apps or whatever, but try and get out. You don't have to go to a bar, but if you go to like a nice cafe, go somewhere where you could find someone. Check out events. You know, there's Instagram if you have social media. Check out the events that's in your local areas and try and figure out, see if there's anything that you can get out to, and try to explore different things. At the end of the day, do something different. You know, if you want to go golfing, or, you know, do an activity that doesn't cost too much money, you know, go bowling, do something different at the end of the day, you know, to meet other people. Because the thing is just to set yourself in a position to do so. Because right now it says that you're very lazy right now. You're not willing. You want it to come to you, but how can it come to you? Now, this is for the ones that are actually dealing with someone. So I feel like that person is just not giving it to you, as far as just the communication. And maybe you feel like it's making you insecure because it's like they're not communicating with you. It's just a lack of commitment. And you feel like, how are we supposed to grow if we're not communicating with each other? It makes no sense. So I feel like there could be some greed. And it just feels like it's making you feel unfocused with everything around you. It's like, and you feel like maybe there's just a lack of, there's confusion. And that also that there could be, they might have other options, you know, with the 7 of Cups. You know, this could be somebody that you've known for a very long time, but you just feel like they're just full of crap right now, you know, with the 6 of Cups and the Page of Swords in reverse. You just feel like this is somebody that's just all talk, and they're just all about manipulation, and they're just trying to get what they want from you, but they don't truly want love. They could just, this could be somebody that you feel like it's just keeping you for a rebound, or maybe I feel like they're kind of tied to another situation too, but I feel like you are accepting it and you're trying to move on from the situation and trying to find peace. For the ones that is currently dealing with someone, how does that person feel? Now, Aries. They feel like there's like chaos here, and that like you're doubting them. There's blame, and they just feel like they're just trying to avoid problems and chaos with you. And they feel like you're very cold-hearted towards them, like almost like you're bitter, and that you act very cruel towards them. And again, this could be a fire sign like yourself, Aries, or an air. Yeah, they feel like you're a little selfish and insecure. And it could be because of the way that they look, perhaps. Maybe they feel like, you know, you're someone that is jealous of them. And maybe you don't like people looking at them, Aries. But they're hoping that you can move on from this, you know, because they do want, they're trying to have actions towards this. They want to, they're trying to have some type of action towards this situation. You know, they want something different. Yeah. They just feel like you're resenting them right now. And they feel like they have the desire to forgive you. They want to forgive you. And again, this could be an air sign. I'm getting a lot of air at this moment with all these swords. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. But they want to move forward. And they just feel like it's just, maybe you guys are just not willing to, with the 10 of Wands, that they're just, it's just, you guys are burnt out from the situation. Like, yes, they want a new start, but they're trying to figure out this is something that they truly want to move forward with, just because they feel like, are we going to deal with this the same? Are we going to have the same situation? Are we going to argue? Are you going to resent me? Are you, you know, if I do forgive you and we forgive each other, is this going to be worth it in the end? Well, if you guys have patience, no. Even if you have patience, I still feel like someone is going to be moving on. You know, yes, you can decide on it, but I just feel like there has to be balance. And I feel like the balance is really just moving on at this point, because someone is insecure. And I mean, yes, there's going to be chaos, and it's just really just understanding and really getting the, it's just going to be a lot of chaos. And I feel like you guys would just be better as friends if you guys start off as friends, maybe. But I see that right now, having balance, and that's great and all of that. But I just feel like still it's just not going to go well. There's still going to be a lot of disappointment. And somebody's going to be walking away. Somebody's going to be walking away. Moving on. And there might be some disappointment with the Page of Cups in reverse, but still, I just feel like at the end, there's still going to be a lot of confusion and chaos. And who wants that? You know, somebody's still going to be insecure. There's still not just going to be, there's not going to be enough talk to really work things out and really understand what it is that you guys both want, because the lack of communication. I don't see there being a lot of communication even after that. So that's why I say I just would just drop it at this point, Aries. If you like my reading, Aries, definitely give me a thumbs up, please. I greatly appreciate it. If you want more readings, of course, you can always contact me for a personal reading. You can always hit that subscribe button and hit the notification button as well, to be notified as to new videos that are being posted daily. Thank you for the love and the support. I'll definitely be going live soon. Just be patient with me. Thank you so much for the support. I truly appreciate it. I'm only on my way up, and to the thanks to you guys for helping me get there. I'm genuinely thankful. So thank you guys. I hope that you guys have a wonderful weekend, and we will talk soon, Aries. Bye.